Coming up on the Having It All Show, Episode 9. Are outside energies affecting your relationships?
Welcome to Having It All, Lifestyles of the Rich and Conscious with MarBeth Dunn. Featuring experts and pioneers in health, wealth, relationships, and spirituality. Creating a happier, healthier, wealthier you.
Welcome to the Having It All Show, Lifestyles of the Rich and Conscious. I'm your host, MarBeth Dunn, empath, intuitive, coach, mentor, best-selling author, and creator of the Spiritual Wealth Activation System, a step-by-step process to create miracles and abundance. If you're a frequent listener, thank you for subscribing to our show. And if you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. If you like what you hear, please join us weekly by subscribing to the show. Visit TheHavingItAllShow.com/ITC, then click the blue View in iTunes button to subscribe. Coming up on the Having It All Show, Hollywood-based celebrity psychic Jusstine K. She's been featured in international press, seen on network TV, and has helped thousands of people the world over. Wow, Jusstine, I'm so happy to have you on the Having It All Show.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Oh, this is going to be fun. I love the on-scene world. I love helping people, and I suspect we have a great deal of things in common. So this should be a lot of fun.
Yes, definitely.
So you've been working for 20 years now. How do you work exactly?
Well, and it's more than 20. Oh my gosh, it's like 25. I am a clairvoyant. So, I'm able to, it's basically like having another set of eyes that's developed to be able to look at anything energetically and turn around and describe how that affects you in your physical world.
So then you get your information visually.
It's not so much that it's visually. I've learned over the years of doing this is that we all have a different way of getting information, whether we're audio or visual or feeling. And so I kind of have a tendency to get information in a way that you get it, so I can turn around and best describe it to you so that you can hear it and get it in all the parts of your being in the way that you can best get it.
That's very cool. I know I'm actually an empath and an intuitive. And I get information. I just know things. And
absolutely. That's a psychic ability, is to just know something.
Absolutely. And I love it. It's always so right on. And when it happens, no matter how ridiculous something sounds, I go with it because I trust it. Mm-hmm. So you've been doing this for 25 years, but this is an ability that you've had since you were a child, right?
Well, I guess I did, but I didn't know, and I wasn't one of those people that was walking around hearing voices or seeing things. I think I just was extraordinarily sensitive. But I did actually, I never set out to be psychic, and it never hit me over the head one day that I was going to be. I really just went looking for my own spiritual path, and this was the outcome that developed from that.
Very cool. Yeah. So basically, you're using your ability to be of service to people, and I think that's a really wonderful thing.
That is what it is all about, of being of service.
But not only are you a psychic, you, like me, have gone through a lot of different healing modalities and techniques to expand your ability to help people. Do you want to elaborate on that?
Well, ever since I started doing this work, I was obsessed with helping people get what they want. So it wasn't just about giving people answers. It was like, how do I find the way to give people more than answers? How do I help them after the reading? What kind of takeaway can they have to continue to go get what they want in their life versus just someone telling you, oh, don't worry, it's going to be okay.
Yeah, well, that makes more sense. Giving somebody it's going to be okay. It doesn't really help people.
No. Well, there are those people that just want you to give them the answer and do it for them. And that client doesn't work so great with me. I really love working with people that are really, truly ready to make the change. And it's not so much about me. It's like I just kind of become an anchor to help people heal themselves. And
Well, I think that's wonderful. And I think that healing actually occurs when people decide that they set their intention that they're going to be healed. I think that healing is already there. I think it has to do with their readiness to accept it. What do you think about that?
Well, I think, I think awareness absolutely is the first key. But I do think that there are so many things that are governing and ruling our world and our life that are just so invisible. So I do think that there is more than just accepting. I get what you're saying, but I have really found that it goes much deeper and much beyond that. And there a lot of times are these energies that we're like a computer, right? And it's set with all this kind of default data and from all of our past lives and what we've experienced this life, and even things in your genetic line that roll over onto you that you can't necessarily go to your brain and figure out, oh, there it is, and remove it and release it. So sometimes it takes, or a lot of times it takes, someone that is at a higher consciousness than us, at least the same level or higher, to be able to go in and help us to release this energy that we're not neutral to or that we don't even know is there.
Absolutely. I like to say that when we're inside the jar, we can't really see the label on the outside.
What a great way to put it. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I totally get what you're saying. And I agree too, because I find that so often it's past life issues. It's those ancestral patterns that are keeping us stuck. But I do believe that once you set that intention, then the pathway clears.
Yeah.
They'll be guided to you. They'll be guided to me, and they're going to find the person who's going to help them.
Right.
So that's wonderful. So now you work with celebrities. How is that different from working with everybody else?
Well, it really isn't any different because they're just people too, right? Now they might have, it's really no different other than they have, say, become really well known for what they do in the world. Or, it's interesting. Sometimes you'll just see in someone this incredible ability to control what is happening to them, or they're just like other people. They just have become really good at what they do for their work, that they've become known or not.
Oh, that's so cool. So do they hide under assumed names when they contact you, or do they actually come out and say, who they are?
I've had both. I have had people that have had phone readings that have changed their name, that I've later found out that I've read these people, and then others that contact me as who they are. So it's both.
Very cool. And so tell us some of your success stories.
Ooh, it's success stories as far as, what do you mean? What angle of success?
Well, I know you've worked with so many people over the years.
Right.
I was reading on your website about how you cleared a hotel. And
yeah. So, my favorite thing is really clearing people, but or helping people, individuals to heal. But just as with individuals, a lot of times, whatever questions they have, people will have questions about property that isn't selling or what's going on in the energy of a home. So I've just found over time, just like I'm able to look at a person and identify what the energy is and help them to heal it, that can happen with property as well.
I love that. I love that you specialize in property as well. And can you do that long distance?
Yeah, you actually don't have to, just as if someone can have a phone reading or a reading by Skype where they're not there in person, there's kind of no time or space. So I don't have to actually go into a piece of property to clear it. So
I know. I just wanted to share this for our listeners because, again, we both work through time and space. There is no time and space, but we work with people all over the world, and I love that. So tell us, what would be one of your success stories in helping someone with relationship issues?
Well, I guess one of the most public ones was there was a woman who was a big celebrity in the UK, and this was someone that I didn't know I'd given a reading to, and she was going. Her husband had cheated on her, and it was very public, and she was deciding to leave him or not. And in the end, she did decide to walk away. And I didn't know I'd read her. I found out with my face on the cover of a really big paper in London and some other stories over there. But what I loved is through the work that we did, she ended up really upgrading and finding a new relationship with like this amazing $1 billion man. And so it's kind of funny. She upgraded. And that's really in every session that I do this work that helps you to go in and clean out your relationship space and really help to let go of any past people that you're hanging on to or any kind of conditions, patterning, just anything that's not allowing you to get out of that circle of attracting the same person over and over again so that you can move forward. And so through that work, she definitely upgraded her ex, is what I say.
I love that. I listened to that relationship clearing this morning and I liked it. It was really wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, I decided to record it for people that couldn't afford or didn't want to have a session with me. And so there are these thousands of people around the world that have had that product. And it's just really beautiful because I'll get these emails about people that one woman had said that she recorded it or she downloaded it and listened to it, and she didn't really think it was going to do much, and that she had spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars on all kinds of healing and therapy, and that here this little $25 download that she did she just couldn't cry. You know, she was crying forever over the situation, and she was able to really get neutral about it. And so I love getting emails like that.
We'll be back to our show in just a moment. Would you agree that the current state of the world is angry, chaotic, turbulent, and possibly insane? And that's not even mentioning everyone's personal issues. We all need miracles, and now is the time. I'm MarBeth Dunn, the Miracle Mama. Imagine a river of miracles flowing into your life, bringing harmonious relationships, better health, prosperity, clarity, peace of mind, and a deep sense of joy. What if you could know all your needs are being met and feel calm and peaceful even in the midst of turbulent change? Get your free guide now, 7 Easy Ways to Harness the Power of Miracles at miracles101.com. That's miracles101.com and live your miraculous life. That's wonderful. Truthfully, when our emotions are all agitated and running the show, we really can't get any peace. So it's really wonderful the work that you're doing to help people get into that neutral place so that they can achieve peace of mind.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how we are so affected by every person we've had a relationship with, people that we've slept with, like that energy actually we kind of accumulate and hold on to, and it can absolutely affect us in our own life, even after that person is long gone, and the future relationships that you're going to bring into your life. It's just kind of like taking a shower from the inside out, being able to take a shower of that relationship space.
Oh, it's wonderful. You know, I'm a Kundalini yoga instructor, among other things, and Yogi Bhajan would talk about how he could see who you've slept with just by looking at your chest, at your energetic aura, right across from nipple to nipple, actually.
Wow.
He could tell how many partners you've had and all the energy that you were still holding on to. So I get what you're saying. It's very cool.
Wild.
Well, that's very interesting. So you have the relationship clearing and clear property. So you enable people to sell property or to acquire it. How does that work?
Yeah, it just kind of works in the same way, but different. But objects absorb energy, so there's so many different things that can happen to a piece of property that can keep it from moving or keep it from selling. And so, just like the heal your relationship space, was able to record that healing so that people could on their own listen to and work with. There was just recently one of my clients who's English had a piece of property in London, and the back of the house had a railroad running behind it, and he wasn't getting any offers, and we did the healing, and within 3 weeks he had 3 offers and sold the house. So it really is it's about objects, how they absorb these energies that we're not even aware of. And there can just be so many unconscious things from, whether sometimes you'll hear about, there'll be a couple that has moved into a home that the couple that had it before divorced, right? And a new couple moves in and they're happy in love, but then they move into that energy and all of a sudden find themselves with their relationship having problems and moving into divorce itself. And they really have moved right into all the thought forms and energy in the home that didn't get cleared out.
Oh, I know. Unless you clear the house, you're still carrying their energy.
Yeah.
And here, I moved into a new home and I work with energy, and I forgot, when I moved in, to clear it. And I realized that a couple of weeks ago. I said, oh my goodness, I never cleared the house.
Wow.
And it's so important to do. But
I think when we're running around doing this work for everyone else constantly, you forget a lot of times when I clear, when you go into a hotel room, think of all the people that have ever been in that space before you and the emotions they've been through and what they're experiencing. And we go right into all those energies. So it's so important to clear that space, and I'll totally forget. So, I think that happens when we're totally focused on healing everyone else.
Absolutely. I want to tell you one time, about 5 or 6 years ago, I was traveling with a friend. We had a cat with us. As soon as we were in that room, the cat started to yowl.
Oh.
Now, you know that she was picking up on a lot of energy there. And at that point, I never even thought, clear the room. Clear the room. Never even occurred to me. So, I know that poor thing, she was just yowling all night, kept us all up.
Uh-huh.
But of course, it was the energy that she was perceiving, all of that old stale stuff.
Right.
So, what tips do you have for people who would like to have better relationships?
Well, it's interesting because I don't think it's so much about like a mental thing of, really the what's going on with you, whatever you're experiencing in your relationship space. It's really energetic, right? So a lot of people get very focused in the physical world of trying to see how to change that, whether obviously their physical appearance, or, they're wondering, do I go online, and what dating site do I do? And they don't get that everything that's happening to them in the physical world is a reflection of what's going on inside of them energetically, so that we have to heal it on the inside of us versus focusing on that outside, that the outside will follow once we heal it on the inside. And that's really what Heal Your Relationship Space does. So that's my biggest number one tip, because that's really for everything that's going on in your life, whether it's your work, relationships, whatever is going on, is all about healing and organizing inside of you, reprogramming that computer and its data, and then the outside will follow.
That's so beautifully said. Thank you so much. This has been a really fun time today. I've loved having you on the show.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Well, I have to have you back. To learn more about Jusstine, check out her show page on TheHavingItAllShow.com, and there you'll be able to connect with her on social media, and you'll be able to find her website and download her Heal Your Relationships. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to The Having It All Show and never miss an episode. Visit TheHavingItAllShow.com, and there in the banner on the top of the page, you'll see a red subscribe for free on iTunes button. Looking for more wealth and wellness? Visit TheHavingItAllShow.com, download your free guide, 5 Steps to Wealth and Wellness and the Pitfalls to Avoid. That's TheHavingItAllShow.com. That's our show. See you next week.
Join MarBeth next week on The Having It All Show, Lifestyles of the Rich and Conscious. Visit TheHavingItAllShow.com now to learn more about MarBeth and her special guests and download your free report.